Have you ever wondered what happens when the lines of war are crossed? When the very people sworn to save lives become the targets themselves? It's a chilling thought, but it's a reality that unfolded in one of the most intense conflicts of our time. This is the story of a medical unit that was targeted once and the vow they made: never again. Picture this: a bustling field hospital, a sanctuary of hope amidst the chaos of battle. Doctors, nurses, and medics are working tirelessly, their hands a blur as they stabilize the wounded. The Red Cross on their tents and vehicles is supposed to be a symbol of neutrality, a sign that says we are here to heal, not to harm. It's a sacred rule of war, respected for centuries. But one day, that rule was shattered. Without warning, an explosion rocked the compound. The ground shook, and the air filled with dust and the cries of the injured. It wasn't a stray shell. It was a deliberate attack. The enemy had targeted the hospital. The very place designed to mend broken bodies was now a scene of destruction. For the medical staff, it was a moment of pure disbelief and horror. They had trained for the battlefield, but not to become the battlefield itself. In the immediate aftermath, chaos reigned. But then something incredible happened. Amidst the smoke and rubble, the medical team regrouped. Their initial shock gave way to a steely resolve. They weren't soldiers trained for combat, but they were protectors. They looked at the faces of their patients, the lives they were entrusted with, and a silent promise was made. This would not break them, it would forge them into something stronger. The first step was survival. They quickly evacuated the remaining patients to a more secure location, working with precision and courage even as their own hands trembled. They treated their own wounded colleagues with the same dedication they showed to the soldiers. Every life saved was an act of defiance. Every bandage applied was a statement that humanity would not be extinguished. But survival wasn't enough. They knew they had to adapt. The leadership of the unit immediately began to rethink their entire operational strategy. The old playbook, the one that relied on the enemy respecting the Red Cross, was torn up. From that day forward, their motto became "Prepare for the worst." They started by reinforcing their positions. No longer just tents in a field, their new medical stations were fortified, dug in, and camouflaged. They worked with engineering units to build protective berms and overhead cover. The Red Cross was still there, but it was now shielded by layers of sandbags and concrete. It was a somber sight, a hospital that looked more like a fortress. Next, they changed their tactics. Medical convoys, once conspicuous and slow-moving, became nimble and unpredictable. They moved at night, used different routes, and traveled with armed escorts. Every medic was trained in advanced defensive driving and evasion techniques. They learned to read the terrain not just as medics, but as tacticians, always thinking 2 steps ahead of a potential threat. The training intensified for every single person in the unit. They drilled constantly on rapid evacuation procedures under fire. They practiced setting up mobile aid stations in minutes, ready to pack up and move at a moment's notice. They even received additional self-defense training. The goal wasn't to become fighters, but to be survivors, to ensure they could continue their life-saving mission no matter what. The psychological shift was just as profound. The attack had left scars, but it had also instilled an unbreakable bond within the team. They were no longer just colleagues, they were a family, forged in fire. They looked out for one another, supported each other through the long nights and stressful days. This shared experience created a level of trust and efficiency that was unparalleled. The enemy might have thought that by attacking a hospital, they could sow fear and break morale. They were wrong. They had inadvertently created one of the most resilient, innovative, and determined medical units in the entire theater of war. The story of their transformation spread. Other units began adopting their methods, learning from their hard-won experience. The attack had a ripple effect, making medical personnel everywhere more prepared, more vigilant. The vow of never again wasn't just about protecting themselves. It was about ensuring that they could always be there for the soldiers who needed them. It was a promise that no matter how dark the conflict became, the light of healing would not be put out. Their story is a powerful testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the unwavering dedication of those who run toward danger to save others. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as inspiring as I did, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more incredible stories of courage and determination. See you in the next one.